friends from the Philippines, celebrating our culture and traditions, and socializing, of course, with our friends in the community in the Kansas City area.
I love the dressing up. I love the people who come up in their best. The Philippine, the Barong Tagalog, the men who wear the Barong Tagalog is something else. I think the best in people come out.
It's like yesterday that I said something about making a comment about the gala that was upcoming then, you know. So it's very vivid to me.
I think it's an amazing feat that we are celebrating 50 years of this elegant event for us.
It's so nice, the camaraderie, the environment, it's really good. You feel at home.
Yeah. I grew up in the Filipino Association and going to the September Affairs ever since, I don't know, age 6. So that's going back, I have to do math now. I guess 1989 was probably the first event where I came when I was dancing and performing in this. And I performed for, I don't know, 22, 23 years before my daughter was born. And I took a break here, so.
I name it, this affair is September Affair. My husband was trying to put together his president's message for our Tambuli, which is our newsletter. And then he was like having a problem. He was stuck as to what to call the affair. And so I was around and I said, just call it September Affair, thinking that my town fiesta, which is in Bais Negros Oriental, is September 10, the town fiesta. And then I love a song, September Song, and then there is a September Affair movie. But most of all, the best reason of all is that every year we do not have to go around the different months, but we just focus on September.
It's half a century, and I'm so glad that we're keeping the tradition.
My favorite memory is teaching people who never danced before, who didn't know anything, and then see the end result with them performing a dance.
Of course, it became a big cultural event as a fundraising event because of our dream to build the cultural center. But it was later, actually, when we established the Sinagtala a year later, that this September Affair event has had its great asset for fundraising.
There was a group of us that all grew up together within September Fair. So it's not one per se, right? But all of us growing up together and the close bonds we formed. Now they're all grown, some having more kids. We're still close, tight-knit. So it's a little community within a community as we grew up together.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 2021 September Affair of the Filipino Association of Greater Kansas City. Welcome to Gala 50. Let's begin. Please take your seats and welcome your host for this evening, director from Los Angeles, California, to see our Chiefs win this weekend. Former Filipino Association of Greater Kansas City President and Sampaguita Choir Director, Mr. Jose Ping Bayani.
Thank you, everybody. Well, look at who's around here. I see a lot of familiar faces, and I see a lot of new faces, but it's all KC, right? And the name of your quarterback is perfect. This is my home. This is my home. Even though I moved to Los Angeles, I have deep roots here in Kansas City. But I was telling the choir, I may have deep roots here, but I lost a lot of roots here too. Anyway, please stand so that you can join us with the anthems. Bayang magiliw,
Perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa ngipin mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, luyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi. Di ka pasisiil sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bugaw. May ilan ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisat ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na naniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng waghati pasinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We're going to proceed with the festivities tonight. As they have mentioned, my name is Ping Bayani, and I have lived in Kansas City for almost 20 years. My job took me there from California, and after I retired, I went back to California because most of my family is there, and I dread winters. So that's what made me move eventually. But it's always nice to be back here because I have a lot of friends and family. The choir is mainly my family. Whenever I'm sick, they bring me food. When I visit here, they bring us food as well. In fact, my host family said always come here so we don't have to cook. So, let us proceed with tonight. We are going to have remarks by the gala chairs, Lilia Bautista and Adela Tan, followed by our executive producer, Kevin Bautista, and then the Filipino Association President, Jonel Lonero, who's this? Oh, and then our President-elect Luz Conde, and then only then can you eat. So let's all hope that their comments and speeches are relatively short, right? Okay, here we go. Okay, let's have our introduction for Lilia Bautista. Lilia Capili Bautista, lovingly called Monsi or Nanay, Godmother or Nina, Auntie or Tita, or probably the most appropriate one, Boss, Bossing. Kevin calls her Her Royal Highness, hello, Empress Dowager, and Dearest Mom. By the way, she wrote this. And the donors call her the Arm Twister, the Solicitor General, the Sergeant at Arms, and the perennial SA September Affair Planner. So now, with her hopefully short speech, I'd like to call on Lilia Bautista, 2001 President of the Filipino Association, September Affair Chair twice, and now the September Affair Gala 50 Chair. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce Mrs. Lilia Capriles Bautista.
Wow, what a crowd. Are you guys excited? Yeah, finally September Affair is back. We are in full bloom and look at all the guests. We have 43 tables of 10. So that's a lot to welcome September Affair. Okay, good evening ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is an evening, an even greater evening to remember, to celebrate community spirit, our food and entertainment, as well as cultural engagement. Tonight also we celebrate September Affair 50 Gala, commemorating 5 decades of September Affair, our community, our legacy, our hope, and vision for the September Affair for the betterment of the young generation to come. So we are so thankful for all your support. We are so thankful for you all guests, attendees, sponsors, friends, advertisers, table hosts, our benefactors, American Century Investment, Doctors Lucci and Antonio Rosella, Doctors Reynaldo and Mila Chawonko, our grand benefactors, Miss Malu or Mary Lou or Lou Magtibay Mendoza, and Sosimo Magtibay in loving memory of Manuel T. Mendoza. And of course, our inaugural chair, Mrs. Shirley Gador Sulit, our honorary chairs, Doctors Lilian and Nonong Pardo. Actually, she's almost the presenting sponsor. She bought the Crown Center. And also our underwriters. We are really so thankful, for without you guys, this won't be feasible. So from the bottom of my heart, from the September Affair Committee, we all welcome you and thank you and mabuhay. And lastly, I hope Chris, my husband, is here and he's going to be dancing the night away. So you guys enjoy and dance the night away with Chris Bautista, my husband. Thank you very much. Now, my co-chair, our Ethnic Enrichment Commissioner, has been also a September Affair chair 3 times. Our lady, not in red, but the lady with the apron and her glass slippers. She's always the head of the kitchen and always with a smile no matter what happens in the kitchen. So I always call her Miss Congeniality Kitchen, Miss Adela Tan.
Thank you, Co-Chair Lilia. I'm happy that the glass slipper fits. Good evening, everyone. I'm deeply honored to be trusted to co-chair this milestone, 50th September Fair Gala. This may be the 3rd time to co-chair another September Affair, but this is my first time to partner with Lilia. Lilia is the powerhouse and pillar of the September Affair team. Without her persistence, patience, and perseverance, we would not have achieved our financial goal. Job well done, partner. It takes a community to plan a great event like this. September Affair team, Sinagtala dancers, choir members, please rise and be recognized. We appreciate Please rise. How are you? Thank you. We appreciate your time, energy, and commitment in making this 50th September Affair Gala an affair to remember. Thank you. On behalf of the September Affair team, we would like to welcome all our guests, especially those coming from out of town, Chicago, Iowa, name the places. Thank you. Thank you for joining our celebration. To our benefactors, we cannot thank you enough. We're also grateful and sad that few of our donors and friends who played an important part to make this event successful cannot be here tonight. Thank you, and we miss you. Finally, it is with great honor to introduce a young man who has many titles after his name, but one who always produces, manages, and implements many gala events such as this. As past president and past chairman of the board of the Filipino Association and executive producer of many September Affairs and other gala events for the doctors and nurses, he is the ultimate model of event planning to the greatest detail. Mr. Kevin Bautista represents the younger generation who will lead the Filipino Association into higher and greater heights for the next 50 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kevin Bautista.
Thank you, Tita Adela, and thank you, Mom. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great privilege that I welcome you to the 50th September Fair and to serve as this year's executive producer. Working in tandem with the September Fair Committee has been a great journey and one that I always enjoy. From setting our goals to focusing on the fine details, we hope to create an evening steeped in tradition and to benefit our organization. Since 1971, the annual September Fair has defined the Filipino Association in celebrating community and culture. This year's theme, Gala 50, is more than just a theme, but it is a movement that is inspired by our past. Yet a revolution sparks within us because we find a unique understanding within all our generations. It is a calling that confirms that we are driven by the same passion, the same culture, and the same curiosity and the same goals. We have built a community with the same belief that we bring each other together and what we redefine to what we need to build a greater future. Our association is part of a bigger community. Our relationships, our partnerships is what brings us together, where collectively we accomplish more. This is a movement where we challenge the norm, try new things, and transform how we think and operate. It is about creating greater awareness of our mission, preserving our heritage, and expanding our influence, never we thought we could do. Tonight, there will be many surprises. We will recognize all of our past September Fair chairs here tonight, and even, if you remember from the invitation, we will get a moment to recreate that moment in time. We will recreate that photo tonight. But like our founders, the next generation will become the new leaders, the new creators, and the next discoverers. They will be the next champions of our organization. So please enjoy this evening and that you take every moment and turn them into lasting memories for a lifetime. What we start today and continue to encourage will help us through the future. The new paths we take starts with us. Again, thank you for joining us on this historic night and continuing to make Kansas City a unique place to live. Congratulations to everyone, past, present, on achieving this astonishing milestone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you and good night. Not quite done yet. But our next speaker has been someone that I followed very closely. I am proud to introduce our next speaker to deliver the keynote address. Donel Loreno first came to the Filipino Association nearing the end of my term as president in 2016. The ideas he brought at the end of my meeting were great, and I had hoped to work with him, but you know, it's December, it's the last meeting of the year, I'm already checked out. Moving from Florida to Kansas City for a job, Donel quickly rose through our ranks, starting with chairing our IT committee. And when it was announced that he'd run for president-elect, I happily answered his call to lead September Affair and get to work with a great person. He is the first to serve our organization in an executive role consecutively, 1 year after the other. He has successfully led our association through up and downs, though he did not what we call a normal presidency. I have to commend how he managed the association in a time of uncertainty. He nurtured new ideas and implemented new projects and continued the organization's mission. Not every president gets to have an experience like that, so I have to applaud him for his leadership. So ladies and gentlemen, as executive producer for this September Affair, it is my honor to introduce you a friend and a fellow colleague, and the 53rd President of the Filipino Association of Greater Kansas City, Mr. Donel Loreno.
Thank you, Kevin, for that wonderful introduction. Friends, supporters, first-time guests, good evening. I join the committee in welcoming you to the 50th Annual September Affair. You know, the chance to say 50th is an honor. We celebrate the journey that 50 years of the September Affair has had. With the brainchild of Tita Shirley Sulit, each year since has welcomed new chairs with new ideas and perspectives, shaping it to the gala we see tonight. Thank you to all who have chaired the September Affair. Thank you. As a matter of fact, it's that ingenuity and fresh ideas that moved us forward this past year and a half. You know, we could have accepted the status quo and stopped everything, but we remained steadfast in our mission to preserve and promote Filipino culture. New ideas like making cloth masks for the community, curbside food events, participation in the first virtual ethnic festival, our first online fundraising campaign, and this year, the first virtual Fiesta Filipina. As a leader, my approach has been that if you have a great idea, let me give you the tools to be successful. I thank you for volunteering, supporting, and being passionate about our mission. I hope you cherish tonight. You know, perhaps you came to enjoy, to catch up with old friends, or see how the association is doing. Perhaps you came to enjoy a cultural program, or maybe this is your first event as our guest. Whatever the reason may be, may it be special. A tremendous thank you to our honorary chairs, underwriters, contributors, our table hosts, advertisers, performers, guests, and my utmost gratitude for supporting tonight's gala. A tremendous thank you to the September Affair Committee, for they worked night and day to see this event happen. Lastly, I would like to thank my mom, my dad, and my sister for the man I am. For the man I am. I'm so happy they could join us tonight. So happy they could join us tonight. Thank you. Thank you so much. It has been an honor to serve the association. Let us continue the mission together. Thank you for being passionate about Filipino culture. Thank you. And now I have the privilege to introduce our next speaker to deliver the invocation and dinner blessing. I call her Tita Luz. You know, she and her family have been involved with the Filipino Association since the 90s. She served as the president of the Philippine Nurses Association of Greater Kansas City from 2018 to 2020. This year, she led the Filipino Association's first ever virtual Fiesta Filipina. With her background, I can't wait for her perspective to lead us next year. Please join me in welcoming President-elect Luz Conde.
Thank you very much, President Jonel. Good evening, everyone. I know you guys are all probably hungry, so I'm gonna make this short. It is a privilege to be delivering tonight's invocation. So let us now all bow our heads and ask for God's blessing. Almighty God, we come in prayer tonight to express our love for you and to acknowledge our need for your wisdom, guidance, provision, and peace. We ask you to bless the many people affected by the pandemic, devastating effects of the hurricane, floods, earthquake in different parts of the world. We call upon you and implore you to help our dear friends in the Filipino community who have suffered the loss of loved ones, and also to those struggling with illness. Comfort them with your divine love and mercy. We ask your guidance in giving the leaders of this organization the vision, wisdom, and courage for common good and desire for unity. We thank you for the promise of tomorrow and the faith that you will always be at our side. May we grow each day in understanding how to move through this time as mighty men and women of God. And now I would like to say a short grace before our meal. So Lord, bless this food that we are about to share, those who prepared it, those who will serve it, and those who have worked so hard to make today the special occasion that it is. For all of this, we give you praise and thanks. Amen. Thank you.
Okay, by my watch, we're running about 7 minutes behind. But you've had 7 speakers. So that's only a minute too long for each one. That's not bad at all, ain't it? It's better than some homilies at church or some speeches in Congress. So let's again give everybody a round of applause, those who have been on stage. Thank you so much. Are we ready to eat? All right, and it says here, MC, announce, dinner is served. So there you go, dinner is served. Welcome the Olathe Northwest High School Jazz Band. Take it away. According to our boss here, tell them to keep quiet. Okay, I am telling you to keep quiet now. Okay. I'm gonna get it good later from Dr. Pardo. Okay, well, the lady who will speak next does not really need an introduction. Dr. Pardo is in every detail of the Filipino Association. Even during the pandemic, she came out with all these projects that were very innovative and still generated money for the association. So she started with the face mask and then to-go breakfast, and she's looking at her watch. I guess she wants to say a little more about her. Okay, without further ado, I am going to give you and pass the mic over to Dr. William
a part of.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, everybody knows that when I'm talking, nobody should be talking and listening to me. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to get the cultural program of the September Affair back. For the past 49 years, the Sinagdala Performing Arts is the cultural arm and faces of the Filipino Association of Greater Kansas City. We are very fortunate that for tonight, and I'm going to put him on the spot, Mr. Manny De Leon, please stand up, because you started us 49 years ago. Thank you so much for coming. So I'm going to ask you to save the date for 2022 for the 50th anniversary of the Sinagdala. We're calling it 50 or 50. It was our pleasure to present to you part of the repertoire of the Sinagdala Performing Arts Troupe, which incidentally involves the choir, the Sampaguita Choir, the dancers, and we also have a rondalla. So for tonight's program, the first dance will be of Spanish origin. The Philippines has been under Spain for close to 400 years, and thus the influence of their music, their dances, and therefore tonight, we present, my dancers are ready? Ready at attention. Malagueña, take it away.
The next section of the program is a special presentation. May we invite all former September Affair chairs to make their way to the dance floor and to line up at the bottom of the stage. So all past September Affair chairs. Don't be shy. We won't ask for donations. Wow. Look at all the glitter in these gowns. Wow. So these are the people that have been inviting you all these years, asking you for money. And you have graciously responded. So thank you very much. Congratulations. And let us welcome our biggie boss for the night, our executive producer, Kevin. Where are you?
Ready to go.
He's already up there. All right.
All right. Hello again, everyone. How was dinner? Perfect. I want you to come journey with me. Let's take a moment to step back to 1971. For some of you, that's easy. For me, I wasn't born yet. So let's take a moment to go back to the very first September Fair. It is the first formal social gathering by the Filipino Association of Greater Kansas City. And through the years and to this day has morphed from more than just being a social event, but a benefit for the association. There is more history about the September Fair in the souvenir book, and you'll be able to learn more about that. Here's a little trivia. Did you know in 1971, the cost to attend September Fair was $10? And in those 50 years of September Fair, there has always been someone to lead the call, to lead the committee. In the book, you will see a list of all past September chairs. Tonight, we honor them, even if they're not here or if they are present with us tonight. And again, with this evening, you have a row of people who are here with us who have done September Fair, leading the vision, leading a team, and leading this association. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back in their spotlights the past September Fair chairs. Ladies and gentlemen, almost done. There's a reoccurring theme here. We always talk about the first September Fair that started in 1971. Again, it all started with the idea that the association should have its own social event. And we owe each and every September Fair after 1971 and the future to the first person who created September Fair. And that, my friends, is Tita Shirley Godor Sulit. Tita Shirley. Tita Shirley.
Tita Shirley.
How are you?
I'm fine.
I would like you to step forward.
The center stage.
Center stage.
On behalf of the Filipino Association and the 2021 September Fair Committee, we would like to present to you with this recognition for your vision, legacy, and the founding of our annual September Fair. It's coming on your right. And now I will ask our honorary chair, Dr. Manuel Pardo, to read the inscription of the award.
Where is the award? Oh, there. I've been given the distinct honor of reading the inscription on that piece of glass out there.
crystal.
Oh, okay. But the crystal is made of glass. Anyway, the title of that piece of crystal is Proudly Honoring Shirley Gador Sulit, with the greatest appreciation from all of us for your vision in founding this annual September Affair. We thank you for your continued dedication and support, your service and commitment to the Filipino Association of Greater Kansas City. Thank you, Shirley.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Miss Shirley Gador Sulit.
And Auntie Shirley, I was asked to approach you if you'd like to say a few words. Oh, that's not good, the children say.
I didn't need me to write this down because it's still very clear to me how this naming the September Fair as September Fair, because it was during that time when my husband, the late Dr. Rufus Sulit, who was then the president of the association, was having a wondering what to call the upcoming gala that was supposed to happen that year. And so I was around there when he was writing, and he was really stuck. And I was busy cleaning. I had 3 boys then. Toto was not born yet. And so finally I said, Dad, why don't you just call it September Affair? I said, for the membership will just assume that it was there all the time. But anyway, the reason why I suggested that is because our town fiesta in Vice Negros Oriental in the Philippines is on September 10th. And I happen to love a song that's entitled September Song. And I said there is a September Affair movie. But most of all, the reason why I suggested September is that we do not have to look around the whole year for the event to happen, but we will just have to focus on 1 month alone, on September. And that is how I can claim truly that I call this affair, this annual gathering, September Affair. And that's all that simple. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Shirley. I know you don't really like to talk in public. So this was a special deal that she did speak. Everybody was saying, oh, she's not going to do it. Well, thank you for doing it. Appreciate it a lot. Anyway, thank you. May we ask all the September Affair chairs? Oh, give the presentation first.
Oh, we did that already.
Oh, the flowers. Oh, you're holding to the flowers. All right. Well then, may we ask you to go back to your seats then. Thank you. Oh, let me introduce the other children. Children! Dr. Pardison, introduce the children. So we will introduce you. Or maybe you should introduce yourselves. Here we go.
I'm Loretto Sulit, also known as Toto. I'm the youngest and not way the most challenging.
I'm Andy. Hi, how are you? Christian or Marty?
I'm Bella.
They're all, it's a family of short words, so can I do it? Thank you. All right. Claire? Hello. Thank you.
The Sampaguita Choir is now back in action. This is another one of the surprises of tonight. They will pay tribute to our beloved Shirley with two songs that she mentioned that led to the naming of the September Fair. And so one of the songs is September Song. And the second song is a Filipino song, which is a tribute to Dalagang Pilipina and Jovencita are the songs that they will sing. So Pink is on the piano.
We're going to try and pull this through because we cannot move the piano any closer, and I don't want the choir to sing too far away, so we'll see what we can do. You know, putting the group together is very difficult because a lot of them, aside from those still working, are involved in apostolate, taking care of all the apo. So getting them to practice is quite difficult. But they're always dedicated and they show up. So I think they deserve kudos for that. Thank you very much. And now let me see what's next. Who's next? You again? Okay, as much as I don't like to do it. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, what's the commotion over there? Anyway, in a continuing tribute to Shirley Sule, fewer surprises are coming. I want to say a few words about Shirley. We go back, believe it or not, 58 years ago. I first met Shirley and Dr. Noy as they were leaving back to the Philippines after Dr. Sule finished his training here in Kansas City. And I met them again, actually, in 1971, when we ourselves came back from the Philippines and we got hooked. What are you doing here?
We forgot somebody.
Oh. What did you forget?
Only the chairman of the board. Mike, come on over. Mike. Oh my. Oh, thank God Mike can take a joke.
I know,
Okay.
yeah.
I think we'll just sit around here so we're on the ready.
All right, as you guys can see, I'm Mike Messina, the chairman of the board for the Filipino Association of Greater Kansas City for this year. Welcome everybody. It's so great to see so many familiar faces, so many new faces after taking a one-year pause, obviously for what happened over the past few years. So tonight we celebrate the 50th September Fair. We honor the work and success of those that have come before us. Just like a few years ago, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Filipino Association, and we honored all the past leaders and celebrated how far the association has come. As we celebrate and honor the past, we change our focus to the future. As chairman of the board of directors, I've always tried to not just celebrate the present, but also look to how we build and evolve for the future. We've always had the Sinagtala Performing Arts Troupe and the Fiesta Filipina to represent a part of our culture, but is that enough? There's so much history and tradition within our culture that many are unaware of. Perhaps it's time to explore new avenues of sharing our culture with our surrounding communities, but most of all, to share all of what we have built the past 50 years with future generations to ensure it thrives and lives on. Also, I envision the association as being a leader in the Kansas City community. We could do this by having more community outreach programs. It's great that we are part of our own communities, but we should strive to be active participants. The Fiesta Filipina has always been part of our outreach program, but let us be innovative and create additional activities and outreach programs to extend our community reach. I challenge all of us to be active in our communities as representatives of the association. As my term on the board of directors ends, I'm confident in our future leadership and their abilities. I know they will guide the Filipino Association into a leadership role in our community and ensure its continued growth. I want to thank you all for your support over the past 3 years, and I wish the Filipino Association continued success in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Sorry, Mike. Well, I think Lillian purposely did this because I get to introduce her again. So again, here is Dr. Lillian Pardo.
Okay, sorry. They called me Speedy Gonzalez, that's why. Anyway, I was rudely interrupted by Pink. And I saw him looking stupid. What are you doing? My tribute to Shirley. Shirley, where are you? So we go back 58 years ago. As I said, when in 1963 we arrived here for our training program, and Dr. Sulit was leaving as he finished his training program in pulmonology and internal medicine. I have a special link to Dr. Sulit because he and I were co-alums. We went to St. Medical School, University of the Philippines, 5 years apart though. I was a little bit younger. So when they came back in 1967, we were still in the midst of finishing our training as well. But in 1971, after 2 years in the Philippines, we came back to this first September affair, and within 3 months, I was recruited with another friend of mine to be part of the program. There is a page in your souvenir program that showed the performance or the cultural presentation. At that time, we did not have the Sinagtala, so Dr. Sulit recruited his sister, Leonie or Eleanor Sulit, to do some folk dancing. There is a page in the souvenir program as well of in memoriam of Leonie because she died just a few weeks ago in Texas. In any case, since then, for 49 years thereafter, the Sinagtala has become the cultural program presentation of all September affairs. And here's another surprise. The next program is one that Shirley indicated to Jana, our dance director. One of her favorite dances is the Jota Caviteña. We had trouble hiding that from Shirley because she kept on showing up for practice. So we said, oh, we're doing the Jota Moncadella, which is the other Jota that we know about. And there's another surprise, and you will see. So for the next presentation of the Sinagtala is the Jota Caviteña. Take it away. practicing from you. He disappeared last Friday, and I said, what did you tell your mom? Oh, just when we went out. So thank you so much, everyone, for appreciating cultural performance, and thank you for making Shirley happy. Yeah, surprise, a big surprise. I think I'd like to answer to a picture taking outside with Shirley. I don't know, somebody take over, please.
And Dr. Lilia will not take the mic away from me anymore for the rest of the evening. Anyway, neither will I. This is the end of our presentation. So we thank the major contributors and underwriters, the table hosts, and souvenir program advertisers for tonight's presentations and gala. We thank you very much for giving your treasure, and for the dancers, we thank you for your talent, and for all of you, we thank you for your time. Let's see, special recognition to the Westin staff. Let's thank the staff of Westin Hotels, wherever you are. And thank you to the jazz band. And now let me announce the band to whom you will stomp your feet for the rest of the night. Those of you who need to change your shoes, now is the time. Put on those dancing shoes. And here we go. KC Funk Syndicate Band.